Hey guys, so I thought today maybe we would take things in a different direction. I think you guys know, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you know that I run a lot. And I have been known to openly diss the Adidas Yeezy boots and Adidas NMD as running shoes. So I thought I'd just take a few minutes to explain why. So to do that, to set us off, I got a couple of shoes here underneath, guys, in case you guys are wondering. Let's start with the Adidas Ultra Boost uncaged here. Couple of things I want to point out here. There's this little structure here called the heel cage. Right, you can see it's plastic and it gives a lot of resistance. The intention of this thing is, if you can imagine your feet in this as you're landing, it's meant to keep your leg and your ankle and your heels kind of straight, so that you don't bend and twist it one way or the other. So that obviously if you slip into a hole or something like that, it gives you stability, right? You don't kind of fall over and collapse, right? Um, the other thing I also want to point out is the weight of the shoe. It's 309 grams, so for simplicity's sake, let's call it 300 grams. It's okay, you know. Um, the other thing, the last thing before I move on to the other shoe is, with this kind of shoe design, you see a lot of cushioning on the heels, right? If you can't imagine yourself running, right? If you run slowly, you're walking, chances are you're landing on your heels a lot. And this is where this thing really helps. If you're running and you're kind of doing this running for an hour, 2 hours, chances are you're going to need the cushioning and the protection to keep the structure, right? You're not going to be spending a lot of time with your forefeet, right? But if you start sprinting, as soon as you pick up speed, and I'm talking about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes each per kilometer, you will realize that you start spending a lot of time more in the midfoot area and in the toe off area. Think about it, doing a 100-meter sprint, right? You're probably not gonna spend a lot of time at the bottom of on the heels. That's why for sprint shoes you have the spikes in the toe area, right? So 300 grams. Okay, Adidas Ultra Boost 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, 5.0, 4.0, roughly the same size, 300 grams. The next pair of shoe is actually my preference over this, is the Adidas Adizero. Weighs 220 grams. So I'm just going to focus here on the cage. The cage is still something there. You can see there's a structure. It's not as solid as the plastic, but it's still there. Still gives you some level of protection, right? The next pair of shoes up is something that weighs 195 grams. Nike Vaporfly 4%. Some structure there. This one is starting to go into more speed running now. This is based on the shoe that Kipchoge used to do the Breaking 2 event. So we're talking very fast speed here. There's actually some mechanism underneath the plate. I'm not going to go into the detail here to promote like forefoot and midfoot strike, but still some structure. Very little now, because you expect to spend more time in the forefoot, right? Next shoe from Adidas, Takumi Sen 3, Adizero Takumi Sen 3, weighs in 170 grams, getting lighter and lighter. Now the interesting thing about this model is you can see that the boost is actually in the forefront, right? So it's actually designed specifically for fast running, and expected that you spend a lot of time now in this area. Interestingly enough, there's still a lot of protection here. You can't really push it down, right? I mean, that's giving you some stability, right? Now, if you go even lighter, my lightest shoe I have is the Reebok Run Fast Pro. Weighs in 100 grams. Okay? Zero structure, pretty much, But again, going at this kind of speed, 3, 4, 2 minutes per kilometer, spending a lot of time here and not here. That's why there's no protection. Now I'm going to take all this away, and let's look at the Yeezy Boost. The Yeezy Boost weighs in at 368 grams, almost 400 grams. Zero structure, right? So if you're running in these, you're spending a lot of time on your heels, you're doing a lot of heel strike, you run into a pothole, you twist your ankle very easily, okay? Same with the NMDs. A lot of cushioning, which is good, but pretty much no protection in terms of ankle support. And this is why I don't recommend anybody, to run in these shoes at all. They look cool, but they're not designed as running shoes. So if you can afford these, I'm sure you can afford, decent running shoes, and they don't cost much, 3,000, 4,000 baht. Save yourself the trouble. Okay, thought that would clarify that.